Hey friends, welcome back. So this is how I started day 2 with a cream, which is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal for a little itch I had because of the hot humid weather in Singapore, some water, and the Lego piece from the previous night that you might recognize from this video, Burnout Recovery Day 1. Yet to find a box for it. Then I had breakfast, a 3-egg omelette, and a cup of coffee, just keeping it simple today, keeping it light because I knew I had to go to the beach. That's my cat, Osh, and he was like, wow. But, you know, I've kind of silenced that for this voiceover. Also had some berries, which I picked up online, that they're pretty good for antioxidants and so on, first thing in the morning. And CIA people do that to give their brain what it needs. Then I went into this next stretch. So this is stretch 1. You can try it at home, just sideways. Then you tilt your head a little bit for stretch 2, sort of in the same direction. And that'll loosen up your neck a little bit more. You kind of rotate your head down a little. And for stretch 3, which a physiotherapist showed me, you turn it to the side and you really like pull it down that way. And see that shoulder on the left, it'll tend to come up because the muscle is tight. So pull it down so you can really stretch on both ends. Then I was starting to edit the video for day 1. As you can see over here, if you've not seen it yet, I'll post the links above. It's how I had this revelation to start this Burnout Recovery series. So I really hope you enjoy this series as we go along. I've decided to use this format to just voice over the next day. Is much easier than spending a lot of time editing audio. And then the ending slate, I decided to put this one. I've gone back and forth on my message a few times, but right now it's authentic life success. Then I came into the living room to do a few stretches for my quads and hip flexors, which were giving me a little bit of tightness due to starting to walk with barefoot shoes. Links above for my barefoot journey. So this second stretch where I lean forward a little is for the hip flexor on the right leg. Okay. I tried different few variations, going forward, keeping the torso straight, doing little bumps back and forth. So you can try that. So there's 2 versions. One is you lean back. Let me show you with the next leg. Okay, be careful here. Don't put all your weight on your knees. So let's say we start here. So this one where you lean back first is for the quadriceps, which means the muscles at the top of the thigh and the left leg, right? If it's too easy, you can do a little bit of a hip angling. You can turn the angle of your hips a little bit, like thrust forward, like you're having sex, and you'll feel a tighter pull on the quadriceps. So kind of rotate your hips forward. The next one is where you go forward like this, but see there, what I'm doing with my abs is to try and keep my torso straight, because if I just like completely round my stomach, then it doesn't really stretch the hip flexors. So keep that straight and try and move your body forward like that while trying to keep it straight or pulling it back at the top. And then that should stretch your hip flexors. After a while, this traditional Persian singlet got uncomfortable, so off it came, just doing some stretching and really trying to loosen up that body. Then I got ready to go to the beach. Those are my Vivo barefoot shoes, which you saw in the playlist linked earlier, my barefoot journey. I got this nice blue color. It was on discount, the blue ones, and also blue and white kind of reminds me of the sky, and I am Zephyr, god of wind, according to Greek at least. That's where the name came from. And I feel really nice in the clouds, so that's where my head is most of the time. And this is me going down the staircase in HDB where I live, which is public housing in Singapore, and that's a monkey. Yep, that is a monkey. And right at this point, there was like a thunder sound, and he kind of went away. And then those are the clouds and a beautiful view of this park in front of our house. So quickly walking down towards the car park, said hi to a little boy on the right who was crying, gave him a funny face. You know, I have a background in teaching kids for 10 years. He stopped crying. I do that to kids and kind of have that effect on them, a calming effect. Now, this is my motorcycle. It's a scooter, actually, a big scooter. This is actually the biggest scooter available in Singapore for its class, 2B. And here, what I tried to do is actually try to get some shots with a GoPro camera. Actually, now I can't remember if it was a GoPro or it was this iPhone that I kind of hooked up to this cable, this strap on my helmet. Obviously the wrong way, that's why it's shaking so much. And yeah, I mean, I like to try things and explore life, as you guys know. Here I tried to do it as I reached East Coast Park, but it was very shaky because think about this. This is my view, the view on my right. And that's a nice ocean view I tried to grab. But I'm looking straight in front. So I can't estimate what's being captured in the frame and what isn't. So I tried to use my brain and think what might be being captured and calculate angles and things like that. It was hilarious. And yeah, but that's what I did, and hopefully give you guys this really nice view as we approach the beach. I was enjoying it, so I thought you guys would too. So I quickly strapped that onto my helmet, and this is the result of it. And this is a car park where I usually park. Right here, it's I think car park C2 near the MacDonald's. They got some nice bike parking, access to toilets, food, and you know me, I'm a creature of comfort, so yeah, I like to do it where everything's accessible. So I headed to McDonald's, bought a little latte. Very nice, huge McDonald's they have. It's almost like a mall. It's huge. And yeah, I started walking to the beach with a latte in my hand. I had about 20-25 minutes tops at the beach because I had to get to the next meeting with my wife and an interior designer. But I couldn't resist stopping to video all these scenes and show them to you guys. They just look really, really amazing in my opinion. What do you guys think? Nice, huh? Like, I like the blue, the wind coming together. I like all of it. These are some shots I snapped for you guys just to show you what it looked like in Singapore on Friday afternoon, the 8th of November. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. It's indescribable. I feel very called to the ocean all the time. All the time. I'm always called to the ocean. This is the exercise park sort of where I reached. I said I'll go here, quickly do a set or two, and quickly come back. And so this is where we reached, and yeah, this is what it looks like. You know, I go straight for the pull-ups. I find that if you do the more difficult exercises, then eventually you can, you know, get stronger in a functional way. And yeah, that's what I did right here. So up onto the bar. If you're new to exercise, this will take you a while, so don't worry. Don't go crazy and get too like scared or anything. And so what I'm doing here in this exercise is I am, if you can't notice because of all the, you know, I'm from the back, I have my abs tensed a little bit. So my abs are tight and my legs are sort of angled forward. Maybe you can't see it from here, but try to look at it at the top of the movement. You'll see it. You see there what I did with my feet. My legs are slightly slanted forward, which means you use your abs to pull your legs up rather than just completely dead hang down. And in that sense, you tighten your core. And I saw online from this other fitness coach that when you tighten your core and then do the pull-up, it kind of puts your back in a better place. So that was 10 pull-ups. I thought, okay, I'll just go back now. I was like, nope, let's have some coffee. Another sip. Caffeine is a good pre-workout supplement, or so I hear. And then I went to do some dips. You know, I thought we'll do different parts of the upper body. My form for the dips is not excellent because I was never actually taught how to do dips, but I saw this coach on YouTube teaching that, and I am a certified personal trainer myself, but I'm always learning. And so you see what happens when we do the dips here is you see how that shoulder kind of, I've tried to keep my shoulder joint stiff, but the shoulder joint may move a little, and me stopping in the middle there at the top is to adjust and keep the lat muscles, which is the ones you flex during pull-ups, tight, and keep your shoulders pulled down towards your hips. And then you do this dip. I mean, that's supposed to be the correct movement. And that would work your arms the correct way and so on. It's a very complex move. So I do not recommend beginners try it other than just going up there for mobility and kind of walking up and down the bar with your hands. That's fine, right? If it's not too painful for you, that's fine. And then a quick walk back. I needed to rush back to the bike. The appointment was supposed to be at, I believe, 4:30. But at this point, it was already 4:07. And now I was exhausted from the pull-ups and the dips. Just heading back. For a meeting with my wife and this interior designer. We're discussing concepts for when we have our first house. And we just want to be early in the discussion of all that so that it doesn't pile up towards the end. So yeah, heading there now. I would have liked to work out more, but I am nursing burnout, as you are aware, through the series. And yeah, that comes with some headaches, muscle aches, all kinds of shit. Also trying to quit this, so more headaches. So yeah, it's all it's a big mess right now. Just trying to get everything back to normal. Alrighty, see you at the next part. And so here we're at a meeting with our interior designer for once we get our house, which is not yet confirmed. We wanted to plan things early. So that's my wife talking to her brother's friend who actually became an interior designer. And we're at the Rail Mall in Singapore at the Toast Box, which is a nice little place to get snacks and things. And this is the lovely nature of Upper Bukit Timah and Bukit Panjang. And that's why we've chose to remain here, one of the most green places in Singapore, just on the edge of the central water catchment and Bukit Timah Hill, which you see there. It is maybe the greenest place in Singapore. And here I got smarter. So I told my wife, who was sitting behind me on the way back home, capture the sky, with my phone while I'm riding, so I can focus on the road. And here we found some dog owners and their dogs having fun. We tried to capture that as well as I was riding slowly. And really it was a beautiful heavenly sort of greeting to me, these clouds, almost like a nod from the universe that, hey, yeah, please do recover from your burnout. If you listen to the universe, it will speak to you and your guides will speak to you. But, I'll link some spiritual videos above, which you guys can check out. It's a whole playlist I'm making more. As more and more people ask me about spiritual healing, I'm also a Reiki master teacher. And once we settle into our new home, I'm going to start classes and so on. These this is the kind of nature we see every day. Dogs, animals, there are even snakes in this park. Cobras we've seen around here. We even have the blue coral snake, which is one of the most venomous snakes in the world, and it can kill you near the western water catchment part of Singapore, which is right next to our house. And here's a view once we got home. Yeah, that's that bike park you saw right at the start of the vlog. And this is the park in front of our house. I think if I was not surrounded by nature, I would die. This is me doing the voiceover for day one, which you've seen. And this is a book called Letters to a Starseed, which I picked up the next day after my birthday as a birthday gift by Rebecca Campbell. I cannot recommend this book enough. I'll be doing another review about it, but links in the description on how to buy it. You need it. And here's a late night snack of yogurt and honey. I decided to keep it natural. Also editing the vlog there, as you can see, for day one, Burnout Recovery day one. And after some editing, I finally posted it. It's on YouTube right now in the same playlist of Burnout Recovery. And I also wanted to show you that I got a private mail from Matt Higgins in the US, who is an entrepreneur and judge on Shark Tank in one of the seasons, I believe, or one of the shows. And he contacted me on LinkedIn and sent me his book personally. And I'm so thankful for that. Links to that in the description as well. Hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. And hope you're enjoying the kind of vibe, the art, the spirituality, the authenticity that I'm bringing to the table. If I am, please do me a favor and like and subscribe to this channel. That's a quote by me to help you embody yourself more truly. Enjoy the other videos popping up on this screen and enjoy everything else on this channel. And if you have any questions about life coaching, counseling, and so on, you can reach out to me anytime for a private consult. I decided to put my whole life on YouTube so you can actually see what I'm about and not some buttoned up lies behind a poster. Cheers.